Welcome back. So tomorrow on Perspectives with Eric Reynolds, we're spotlighting Mobile Fire Rescue's plan to tackle the challenge of ending deaths in house fires. Fire officials say their investigations show that many of the victims didn't have a working fire alarm. So critically important. Eric joins us now to tell us more about this week's episode. Eric, good to see you.
Good to see you again, Joe. Thanks.
So serious topic this week. We know that we have had too many stories lately of house fires and the results, and some fatal ones as well. So very important to learn more about this issue.
It really is, and the Mobile Fire and Rescue guys and gals, they really pride themselves on response time. But in some cases, it has happened that unfortunately by the time they got there, which just in minutes, someone has died due to smoke inhalation. And that's the thing they really want us to understand, is that you may not burn up in a fire, but that smoke can get to you. It's deadly, it's toxic. And so the key is that smoke alarm. It really gives you the awareness of something is going on, something's wrong. You remember what it is, because you may not have heard it in a while, other than when you last checked it, but you know something is going on. And so they were really alarmed when they looked at some of the interviews they did with people in the areas where there were fires, and there were many folks that didn't have one, had never had one. And so they said, we're going to do something about this.
And it is such a cheap, relatively cheap thing to purchase to potentially save your life. They truly are life-saving devices, and at a fraction of what it costs to insure your home or do whatever else. Compared to other measures that you take, so cheap and efficient.
There are, and I think some of the insurance companies, that's a part of your discounting, that you have one. And so they decided this smoke alarm blitz, and I love the term they use there. They've targeted some of the areas where they've done research on the fires, the interviews after the fires, finding out that people needed new ones, or they needed theirs inspected, or most importantly, they needed the first one ever in their homes.
Yeah, and a lot of newer construction builds, or even within the last 20 years, usually have them in there. A lot of the older homes and stuff don't. They weren't set up for those to begin with. So that's a specific area that you need to target as well. But then even for the newer construction homes, if you're not checking the batteries, it doesn't make a difference.
That's right. You're right. And I think we heard something earlier today where we could hear that beeping in the background of a story that we were listening to. And so it's very critical. And I think the other aspect is the technology has changed in the last few years. And so if yours is older than 8 and 10, 9 years old, they say replace that, because it's a much better alarm than compared to the ones in the past. And so they went through the community, and they've done one of the blitzes, and now they're saying, if you need one, to let us know, and we'll be there and install it for you so you know it's done right.
All right, sounds great. When can they tune in to learn more about that program, maybe how they can become a part of it, and just more knowledge in general?
That's right. Talk about it with your friends and neighbors.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning, 8:30, during football season here, we've moved up to the 8:30 time slot right after Matt finishes up with the weather. And we'll be here, and if, of course, you miss us, please join us on our YouTube channel or our website. Some very critical information. And we talk about the stats about how Mobile compares to other cities, as well as the numbers and how fast things can happen, unfortunately, in the home.
Seconds matter. A fire alarm can make all the difference in the world. Eric, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, Chelsea.